writing, all informed by our ability to put some kind of story together. And what I want to talk about is how you can use interactive media to tell stories in different ways to reach wider audiences. So let's talk about what it is first, because I like to do this kind of level set where we kind of get out in the open what we're talking about. I think right now there are all these terms that have a lot of overlap and they get kind of blurry around the edges, like multimedia, interactive media, new media, social media. Let's get specific about interactive media. What is it exactly? Interactive, right? That's the key aspect of that particular label for the media that we're seeing. It's a two-way system of communication. Okay? Traditional media is this one-directional media. There's a sender and there's a receiver. But interactivity allows for this kind of conversation, active participation by the audience. Provides back and forth in a model more of a conversation, right? And I love this one, offers choice and control. That's what people want from their media, and technology is now enabling that. So if we think way back to early forms of interactive media, we might recall those choose your own ending books. Remember? I'm talking about non-digital. You know, choose your own ending is an example of like a media format where you have some supposed choice and control. I mean, you still have to choose within the parameters of what was provided. But these days, because of social media and because you can basically tap the internet as a database, the permutations of opportunities in certain formats and certain experiences can be endless. But a lot of our experiences are limited by the choices that we're given. For example, if we go on to elon.edu, each of us, and kind of navigate our way through something because we're looking for information, we can all have a unique experience within the set limitations of, you know, the paths that have been created for that particular site. But it still gives us some degree of choice and control. Another great example that's really immediate and talks about digital media allowing choice and control and enabling that to be more available to us is just compare a CD with the old, if you can recall, the tape format, right? If you're listening to cassette and you want to hear like song 5 on your Michael Jackson cassette, you have to, you know, rewind or fast forward because it's a linear thing, right? If you were to stretch that tape out, it'd be like 40 feet down the hallway. That's where that song is. But with a disc, it's all located on the top of this circular shape, and there's a laser that reads it, and it allows you to get to that information faster. That's a technology enabling choice, because if you want to hear song 5, you just hit 5, and it goes there and immediately plays. You always had that choice with the analog format of tape, but it wasn't as convenient and as available. In the same way, we've had a lot of choice and opportunity with the traditional media. For example, you can choose what channel to watch on a TV. But this is allowing it, digital media is allowing that to be a deeper experience. Okay? So let's get that out of the way as our definition. Two-way, back and forth communication, choice and control. Now what I've done is try to look at what journalists are doing and say, how is interactive media apparent in the media landscape today, right? And I see it, and it's not just me, I'm not you know, a visionary here, but what I'm seeing are 3 different, what I'm calling flavors, okay? And I like the word flavors because, first of all, it reminds me of ice cream, and I like that a lot. But secondly, flavors kind of suggest that there's some blending and mixing opportunities, right? It's not these hard and fast categories like this isn't, you know, this is storytelling, it's not responsive visuals. What I like about flavors is that you can see these things kind of merging and overlapping in a lot of ways. So they're not strict, you know, definitions, but they talk about what I see as these kind of areas of media production that are developing. Storytelling, you guys, I'm sure, talk about all the time. But I'm going to go into each of these in more detail, so I'm just going to gloss over these right now. Responsive visuals is a term I kind of coined for experiences that we have online that are really visually based. They're graphics, they're infographics, they're data visualizations. So we're talking about timelines, we're talking about maps, stuff like that. And conversation, that's the social media aspect. You know, Twitter, Facebook, all those kinds of experiences where we're contributing to a narrative, we're contributing to a body of text, right? and we're participating in building that story. So let's look at these a little more deeply, and then let's look at some